Welcome back to a brand new Civ 6. The opposite side of the political spectrum might make the argument that this is a Civilization 6 video. And we're back at it with the final Civs of the new Frontier Pass. 3 new leaders, still haven't checked them out. One of them's Elizabeth, the other's Victoria. Then the other one is going to be Harold, who's wearing Byzantine armor. Whatever the case may be, let's take an in-look, close inspection at their abilities. Drake's legacy, England's trade route capacity is increased by 2 after acquiring your first grade admiral. That just kind of seems like the Walmart version of Zhao's ability, but alright. Trade routes to any city-state provide 3 gold for every specialty district in the origin city. Alright, now it seems like the dollar store version of Zhao's ability. It's like in CK3 where like Zhao's got like the genius or beautiful trait, and Elizabeth has just got like the quick or comely trait. I mean, it's not the worst, it's still a positive, but could have been so much better. You get double yields from plundering with naval units, so I guess it's just canon that Zhao has had hot, gay, steaming sex with the leader of Norway, Harold, and they just came out with this monstrosity. Overall, not really the biggest fan, especially considering England's abilities overall aren't really... I mean, I guess they're not that bad overall. Drake's legacy it's fine. It's nothing too special. The next leader we have is Harold Hardrada Kunge. Oh, never mind, that's the old one. Varangian Guard, you get a massive discount when levying units, and levied units receive culture, faith, and science equal to half the opponent's combat strength. I guess there's been a lot of world building in this last new Frontier Pass because of the fact that we now know that Matthias Corvinus has managed to attract himself a harem consisting of Gorgo as well as Tamar of Georgia. Not really the optimal pairing I probably would have shipped, but they did came out with the new Herald, which gives you a massive... It's the exact same thing. There was no creativity whatsoever. Doesn't even really fit with his other abilities, honestly. Berserker, Gnar, Stave Church, I mean, they're fine. They're not really the best. Varangian Guard seems like it would be a good ability, especially the discount levy cost. Until you go up against, like, Matthias, who just, like, puts an extra envoy into the city-state and you've lost your entire front line. That'd be pretty embarrassing, honestly. It would be quite the spectacle, though. The final leader is going to be Victoria, Age of Steam. 10% production in cities for every industrial zone building in that city, plus 2 production to all strategic resources. The torrential downpour about to be exuded from my underwear is immense after reading that ability, my goodness. It's like they took the power budget of the other 2 leaders and just gave it all to Victoria. You're telling me just by building an industrial zone, I'm going to get just going to get a free Ruhr Valley in every city? And not even to mention the 2 production to all strategic resources. You get some coal, you get some iron, boom, just like that, you're the workshop of the world. That does bode well with her other abilities. The iron and coal mines accumulate more resources, production towards military engineers, and they receive 2 charges, and when it's powered you receive another 4. My goodness, we gotta play fucking this, we gotta play it right now. That is probably the most disgusting ability I've ever seen. Of course, we'll also take the other 2 sidemen because, well, they're part of the new Frontier Pass, and I want to determine the drippiest of them all. But yeah, we're gonna be going for an archipelago map. Actually, no, if I'm going Victoria, I'm probably just going to do a continents, or actually, I'm just going to do a Pangea map. It seems easier. Not going to be able to make use of the Sea Dog or the Royal Navy Dockyard, but it's the Age of Steam I'm worried about. And I might, through my expert deductive reasoning, I have determined that they finally decided to add Nanny McPhee into this game. What the hell is that drip? Half expect her to start flying off on a broom or umbrella or whatever the fuck that bitch uses. I mean, she's got like the green emerald, that's fine. Kind of looks like she's about to help Sherlock Holmes solve the case of Jack the Ripper killer, so really don't know. I don't know what the hell they decided to give her, honestly. Not an unorthodox design. I can't even with this, man. The hell is that drip? We got a really good start, though. It seems like, it's a pretty good. We got some spices. We got lots of 3 food tiles. Start on a 2-2 tile. Let's go ahead and get started. This fork in the river is going to be home to the greatest industrial zone of all time. By the time I'm finished with this, no one's panties will be safe. We're gonna get a dam. Oh, well, I guess fuck my asshole. There's gonna be no dam over there. We'll have a dam over there. We'll have another dam over there. Oh, beautiful. You could put 2 of them. Oh, this is about to be just an absolute war crime, you guys are. Oh my goodness. This might, oh Lord have mercy on us all. This is definitely the textbook definition of ejaculatory inducing. This is gonna be disgusting. And then over here we could have like the Ruhr Valley. Oh my god, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing right now. Put it back in my pants, goodness me. But we are going to be going for a science victory, see how long it takes us to produce some shit. Obviously, we're gonna do the average CivLifeR start, double slinger into warrior and monument. Fuck scouts, by the way, and let's get started. Well, it seems I was about one tile off from getting probably one of the greatest campuses to ever breathe or exist. I'm not necessarily exuberated, but we'll probably have to put it in this city. This is also looking like an absolutely disgusting city right there. That might honestly constitute some form of punishment by the CIA, who I'm fairly certain is observing us right now. We'll go ahead and take Amani and send her to Johannesburg, suck them off a little bit, get some bedtime favors before getting own favors, giving us the map and allowing us to explore the area, giving us the utmost secrets of the Johannesburg civilization. There's our slinger. We're also going to send him north. Seems to be the Pyrenees mountain range towards our west, making exploration difficult, if not impossible. There's a spearman, though, who's getting his anus absolutely... Oh, well, seems he got blasted so hard he started walking around not knowing where he was. Of course, being smacked that hard would do a number to your brain, of course, but wasn't expecting the Alzheimer and the suicide afterwards. Man is definitely suffering from a neuropathogenic deficit. Johannesburg has given us absolutely nothing in the way of information, so that's always nice to see. I desperately want to put this city over here. I think that's a very solid idea for the most part. We got a solid aqueduct over there, and while it might not be Ruhr Valley level, it is still going to be another disgusting industrial zone. We do seem to be fairly well protected from... Oh, well, there's another city-state, the city-state of Gazargamu. Gonna go ahead and send money there, same exact thing. And do I have an envoy? I have so many... you might as well think I cheated, honestly. 2 production city-states. How good are they? I mean, you're fine. You're actually really good for the Ruhr Valley, but that's about it. There's Code of Laws allowing us to put in the typical policy cards of discipline as well as God King. We'll hopefully get religious settlements, although this is deity, so there's absolutely zero shot of it happening. You're more likely to find a Jew doing the Hitler salute than you are to get the religious settlements pantheon. Probably not too far off, honestly. I think this is like a 2% chance. Fairly certain if you met with a few hundred Jews, at least one of them would give you the salute back. Saw that one video also of where the Persians were like doing the salute to the Germans in the World Cup game. Funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. They thought it was like some form of endearment or respect. It was during the World Cup or something, but the German residents were just staring at them like they were crazy. So honestly, oh man, that was a sight to behold. I've also been playing Crusader Kings 3 recently, and that game absolutely does not make any sense. Goodness, that campus right there might actually launch the floodgates. That game is genuinely some sort of concoction of just... It's awful. Not awful, but it's just like doesn't make sense. So I was playing as like Granada. I eventually ended up forming Andalusia. I had this absolute Giga Chad leader who got gout. Now, gout, for those of you who don't know, is essentially an immune, I guess, disease. It's fucking gives you arthritis in your knees or some shit. It makes like your fucking joints hurt and shit. It's like urease is just like, instead of being excreted by your body, it's just sent to your knees. Shut the fuck up, Biongle. I'm talking about medical science. But, yeah, so pretty much it's not a hard thing to get rid of. There's Victoria, I guess. I'll finish my gout story later, but she kind of looks like she's about to go tell her granddad that the barnyard animals are speaking again. She went to LeBron's house for Taco Tuesday, it seems, and decided to put him on top of her head. I don't know what the hell this drip's like. I mean, the drip in this leader pass, this version, I guess, definitely leaves a lot to be desired. She's got a nice fountain in the background. Looks like she's about to go to Cinderella's ball and just leave a glass slipper over there. She looks like the evil stepmother, honestly. I would definitely not want her raising my kids. This is the definition of don't stick your dick in crazy. Next thing you know, you just got like 8 child support payments because she somehow was able to make quintuplets with your inadequate semen amount. It's honestly astounding. Whatever the case may be, back to the gout story. So my leader had gout. My physician was excellent, by the way, and she's like, we should probably like do surgery. I'm like, that doesn't seem right, but I guess who am I to defer to the appropriate liaison in the room or whatever. So I fucking say, yeah, sure, surgery. And all of a sudden, I come 2 seconds later, she's like, oh, sorry, by the way, I had to chop your fucking leg off because the surgery was botched or something. And I'm just standing there like, how the fuck do you botch us? How do you... The funny thing was, I had gout in my left leg and my right leg was the one that got chopped off. I genuinely have no idea how she did it. It was astonishing. But despite that, I was still able to, like, conquer Iberia and form Andalusia, so you'd think, you know, at the very least, oh, TheCivLifeR, you know, you did something, I suppose. And I'm like, yeah. But then my hair, just all of a sudden, like, I died, then my hair came in, and he was like wearing, like, a Spanish crown, and I'm like, that doesn't seem very Arab of you. All of a sudden, I go back, and it seems my kingdom's now named Castile. Fucking what? I look at him, I'm like, maybe his culture changed. Nope. He's still fucking Muslim. He's decided to start LARPing just Christian kingdoms or something. I closed the game afterwards. I genuinely could not deal with it. I had no idea why my heir just, like, went Castilian. Like, the entire kingdom changed, too. Like, the name, the color, like, the mode of transportation, the mode of identification even. Like, they added social security. It was, like, everything changed just because my heir died. It was honestly astounding. Whatever the case may be, this does seem like a fairly solid start. We have the Pyrenees, of course, protecting us against the Chinese. Trump would absolutely kill for a start like this. The problem is we do have, I don't even know, man. Whatever the case, it's the back at the barnyard's little guy. I forget what his name was, but well, it seems I've made an error in tactical judgment. No, it seems that the barbarians have decided not to attack the place. Is this even deity? Of course it's deity. Whatever the case may be, we are going to start bumping out those settlers as quickly as possible. Start proving to Sheffield that I am the real Slim Shady. By Slim Shady, I mean the heir of England. Was that a free settler? Oh, I thought that was a free settler. I was about to take that thing for free. I've expertly planned out my next couple of cities. Let's go ahead and get these settlers before the English decide to start something. I don't think I have the facilities to take down this giant slinger, although we'll have... Oh, no, it seems like the city-state of Brussels has decided to come to my assistance. Speaking of which, I could probably go get suzerainty of Brussels now that I think about it. We even had Singapore. Didn't have the envoy towards... No, we do have the envoy towards Singapore. That is fairly astounding now that I think about it. We're gonna go ahead and give you to Singapore first. Excuse me, England, where exactly are you taking that settler? Please don't make me have to put you in the memoirs of history, because that's exactly where you're gonna go if you don't move that settler west. Exactly what I thought, bitch. It's Pantheon time, and there are a multitude of options to choose from, none of which being religious settlers, which is quite unfortunate. Utility right seems like the best one, considering the fact that Goddess of the Hunt is useless, God of the Sea is useless, Lady of the Reefs, Queefs, and Marches seems mostly useless. Divine Spark, Desert Folklore, we're probably just going to go ahead and get the Free Builder and extra growth speed. With Early Empire now, we could go ahead and start colonizing. That is absolutely astounding, and with our extra gold outcome we're going to get from trading away these spices, I'm fairly certain I can almost secure myself another settler, but so far so good. I meet Guitarjo, who's giving me the fuck me eyes again. Oh, yep, those are definitely that. But I've been stalking this settler like EDP through a school zone at this point. Unfortunately, it seems like they'll link up with the warrior, but on the off chance they don't, that's mine for the taking. We'll go ahead and start trading our open borders, giving us 560. I do want to, yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy the settler. Holy god damn it, what the hell is this chainmail drip? Looking like he's about to go fight the France for Lothringia or something. Fucker looks like he's about to try to go stop the Ottomans at Constantinople. What the hell is that? What the hell's he got on top of his head, man? Oh my god. Okay, that is... Put the helmet back on, bro. Nobody wants to see that shit. It's unfortunate because he took one of my best city locations, so that kind of sucks. Seems that Yongle has thwarted my precision strike against his settler, which is quite unfortunate. Nothing we can't overcome, though. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, daddy, give it... Why can I... Seems that the game has decided to bug out on me. I'm a little confused at this point. Alright, Yongle Dungle. Make a deal. No deal. Casus Belli. Actually, we should probably make a deal. I will give you all my gold per turn for 26 gold. It's an excellent trade deal. You won't be disappointed. Declare war on him. Swiper, no swipe that settler, and just like that, we are 20 gold richer. Get all our gold per turn back in the next turn. For some reason, that horse's tile just... Oh, it increased production because I'm England. I completely forgot about the Workshop of the World ability. But just like that, we have decided to secure ourselves another settler, and he even can't do shit against me. Let's go ahead and make our grand escape. We've entered a golden era of scientific and technological development, it seems, which is fantastic. One of the first times I've ever gotten a Classical Republic Golden Age. Gonna go ahead and, well, all of these look absolutely lovely. By lovely, I mean they look like dog shit, considering I'm making no faith per turn, so we might as well go free inquiry at this point. With 4 settlers now and the opportunity to make peace in like 5 turns, we have essentially set ourselves up for success. Go ahead and get our 3rd city. We have a 4th settler coming out. My goodness. You would think that I was... Fuck it, we'll build even more settlers. Let the baby making never stop. There's only so much this who sets out ahead of my own explorers. That sounds like a skill issue, honestly. Get good, noob. Let's go ahead and make our grandest... Oh, there it is. She looks like she's about to box me. Well, I've heard that Froggy Fresh has been dropped from whatever the hell iDubbbz is doing, so maybe you could join in on that card. But if you lose, you're a little bitch, but the different meaning, I suppose. Not like those of you who didn't get my previous point. By milk, I meant titties. Let's go ahead. I think we're fairly healthy. Is that Spearman's about... Oh my god, I think that Spearman's about to give me the 13th Reasons Why Broom Special. Oh, thank goodness. England, Scout, I absolutely adore you right now. I apologize for calling you that one kid from back at the barnyard. It'll never happen again. This is excellent. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the Scout as the master bait before doing unspeakable things to the Spearman. That master bait seems to have failed for the most part, but we still get the 30 gold and the error score. Let's go wipe him out, and then you can back out, and then you move over there, and then we'll get our city of Portsmouth. Don't necessarily know the optimal place for a campus. I don't want to have to give up that sheep tile. I want to have to give up that tile. I guess it'll get some things, adjacency bonuses with the industrial zone. Well, that was a job well done, boys. You all deserve a little bit of a rest. Just like that, it's turn 58 and we have like 6 cities with the 7th on the way. Absolutely love to see it. This game is looking like an absolute monster stomp. Alright, Yongle, let's go ahead and make peace, even though I completely wrecked your settler. Completely stalled out your development time. You could have had an extra city at this point, especially since it looks like England's about to stick their cock down your throat like you were an Irishman. Would you look at that? Elizabeth has declared war on Yongle. It's probably why he didn't decide to chase me with that settler. His forces had to be put on high alert against the British sharing the same continent as him. Usually that doesn't go well for people sharing the same continent as the British. Go ahead and get +2 influence points, so we might as well go with the builder production card. Just like that, our cities are looking absolutely golden. This looks like pristine conditions for the Petra. We're going to have to go ahead and beeline that probably right before apprenticeship. Before you do that, we're going to get a builder. I should have probably built the government plaza now that I think about it. That would have been the optimal decision before I started plopping out all those settlers. But hey, with 3 turns remaining, we can go ahead and make friends with Katarsia, considering the fact that her military is looking like the United States in the year 2020. I'm saying that just in case World War III happens. We don't have jungle yet, so that's quite unfortunate. You have to be tickling my cockhole thinking this is enough to get 14 horses. Piss off, you Viking. I mean, I don't even know if that's the appropriate term to give him right now. It's like he transgendered, except instead of bending to a different gender, he just decided to switch nationalities. Kind of like Whoa Vicky when she told everybody she was black. Getting that juicy +5 campus, that is more than enough to wipe away generations of stress. Go get the trade route to London, and I think I will buy myself the builder in this city. Brass shines as fair to the ignorant as gold to the goldsmith. This is some sort of Victorian level insult that I fail to comprehend. Let's go ahead and see what she meant by that. Oh, no, that act. A trade agreement. Oh my goodness, no way they added that in this game. Would you be interested in a trade agreement with England? Like Civs that trades with her just like Socituna, so she's pretty much Wilhelmine. I tell ya, in this leader pass... Oh, no, go fuck yourself, Harold. I genuinely hope you die a horrid, horrible death. Don't make me bring out the Anglo-Saxons, you fucking piece of shit. I am genuinely pissed you took that city from me, but he's Harold, so... Friends established all throughout the land. The only civ we're really gonna have to worry about is Elizabeth to the south. With 5 turns for a settler as well, this game looks like it's essentially won at this point. Let's go ahead and put Pingala in Manchester. And over here, we're just going to go ahead and get some farms, get some of that nice growth going. Over here, I'm gonna get ready to take asshole and ask questions later. Go get that, and I think we go get that corporation to make this city a monster city next. And with mathematics, after this archer, of course, we are going to get started on the Petra. Seems that Dark Age is incoming, something I haven't necessarily factored into my equations at this moment. Dark Age does happen. I'm T-1 Dark Age away from switching sides and joining Harold, which is quite unfortunate. Everyone's too broke, not going to be able to buy a settler, which is quite unfortunate. We'll have to build one on Stoke-upon-Trent. And as long as Harold doesn't get a golden age, I'm fairly certain I should be fine, although this is deity AI, of course. Not getting golden age might as well be grounds for a new religious holiday. Seems like England's also going after Gazargam. We're gonna have to go ahead and see if I can sneak that in somehow. Oh, never mind. Apparently they had Alexander the Great and Thanos as their vanguard, so... There's recorded history, and just like that, it's another 7 science per turn. Beautiful. Make friends with Yongle, even though I completely cucked his game over early on, so no hard feelings, I guess. I think here we gotta get ourselves a builder. Just like that, we're suzerain of all the nearby production city-states, which is quite good for our goals, honestly. I would chop that, but I think I need as much production in the city of Brighton as I can, as it seems that someone's stolen Brussels from me. Now the moment of truth, who's suffering from loyalty issues? Go ahead and see, it seems just one. And this city's getting completely cucked by loyalty issues, excuse me. We can, however, go ahead and steal some of that rice and increase population as quick as we can, because I'm fairly certain... No, Harold is not in a golden age, actually. We'll go monumentality and start spamming out districts. And we'll go university, probably. And here we'll, of course, continue spamming out these settlers as quickly as we possibly can. Send this next one over there to help in the city of Brighton, and then get the city of Sunderland, which might not seem like the optimal location to settle a city, but the second we get aqueducts, it's going to be pretty average, honestly, but it'll still be better than nothing. There's the next settler. We can send him to the tundra over there. That's not necessarily the worst city to be in. Then we can finally get started on that godly +5 campus. There's a tornado outbreak. I feel sorry for the poor souls out in the boondocks, but not really too much to be done about that. I think it's probably also high time we probably get started on a military, considering the fact that England is looking at me like I'm a Scooby snack, and I'm still fairly far away from the... Let's go ahead and settle the city of York. That seems like a sensible decision at this point, and we could just get started on a money. Yes, it definitely seems like she's preparing for something. She doesn't have any city. Now she has the city of Nazca. Fuck me, I guess. We'll see if we can bring in reinforcements, although I'm fairly certain they won't get there in time. And then we can hopefully chop out this commercial. I thought that would do a lot more, but it seems my chops have proved ineffective. Yeah, you'll continue making your way up there. You move down south over there. And we should probably be buying the spices tile and giving a nice boost to our to the city of... We can also get the governor of Liang and throw her into the city of Brighton, solving any loyalty issues the city might have. Get a mine in that city, and we are probably going to... Joint war against Elitha. You are out of your absolute mind. I am not going one-on-one with the full brunt of Elizabeth's empire. You've got to be fucked up if you think I'm going one-on-one against her. Well, she's probably going to want to go one-on-one against me in the near future, though, so I am going to have to go ahead and beef up my military capabilities quickly, though. I am utterly flabbergasted she decided to declare war against me. That is honestly quite shocking. Color me distressed, because I was totally not expecting that whatsoever. Really not too worried about this, though. I have a fairly solid defensive line at this point. Just go ahead, stay fortified, and let my capital produce archers in quite literally 2 or 1 turn. I will also go ahead and go to all these other civs. Who wants to join the war against England? I will give you a Scooby snack. That is beautiful. What about Yongle? Yongle, I will give you the greatest manicure of all time. 24 gold. You might have my prostate colored like a pickle. What the fuck do you mean 24 gold? Man is highway robbery, and that's what that is. Let's go ahead and settle the city of Leicester, get that incredible horses tile. Speaking of which, probably should get that iron tile by the city of York. I'll hit next turn, see what our next move is tactically. That may have proved brilliant, considering she's blown through my defensive lines, which is quite unfortunate. She is going to lose a vampire. Oh, no, apparently that vampire does like 50 damage a hit, unfortunately. We'll be able to get another horseman soon, however. Reinforcements have begun arriving, though, and with sailing and with the city of Nazca not being as big of a threat as I thought they would be. They do have catapults, though, which makes things a little more difficult, so I think what we do here is we go, you attack him, you move in through there, and then we do whatever we can to take out that catapult and this crossbowman as quickly as possible. Although I am fairly certain that this spearman's going to prove troublesome. Let's hope they move the warrior first. And we will, of course, continue building archers in that city and see if we can trade anything away, of course, to get ourselves another horseman. That would be optimal. That is quite the amount of swordsmen you've been able to muster, hasn't it, Nazca? Can't necessarily evade, though, considering the fact that it's not looking too good for me on the southern front. Well, let's go ahead and get the reinforcements, and then these archers can move west. Here I will buy myself another horseman, though, and you will do as much damage to this guy as possible. I forgot I had archer attacks afterwards as well. And then you stay there and stay fortified, even though you're going to die in the next turn. Oh, the city of Manchester has definitely seen better days. I don't think it's making it out. Well, it actually might make it out soon now that I think about it, considering I've got the reinforcements here. It's really the city I'm worried about. The city on the south isn't necessarily my biggest worry, considering Elizabeth's at war with the whole known world at this point. Alright, it seems they've made a tactical blunder here in Manchester that I can use to exploit fairly easily. We could go ahead and damage you, bring you down south, and now they have 2 catapults defending their position. No, one wasn't enough, I suppose. Doesn't seem like the hardest thing to stop at this point, though, considering I could just do that. And then I could also probably just do that, even though they have more units coming in, of course. Why wouldn't they? Let's go ahead and trade some of our luxurious resources, including this, and then we could probably secure ourselves. I'm just building more archers in the cap. She seems to be dwindling militarily, no, despite dwindling fairly slowly. Other archers should help in our defense, and I'd say that the city of Manchester is essentially saved. Gonna buy myself another archer. I do have a decent amount of these units, I suppose. We can probably take out these guys. It's looking beautiful right there. Though it does seem like she might try attacking from the southern flank. I don't think that's probably the smartest maneuver, personally. I think that's probably enough archers. If she's able to break through that amount, then there's really nothing I can do at this point. The good news is, though, that this should be enough, I would say, especially if we can actually start damaging some of these catapults. I will, however, attack the melee units first, because without melee units, the catapults are just sitting ducks. Harold doesn't like me. It seems he's still a disciple of Odin, even though in this game... Oh, that's not good. Alright, well, it's not looking like the best for me right now. Here's what I'll do. I'll move you over there, and then I will damage you. That is perfect. There is no shot he's able to take that city in the next turn. Then over here, of course, we just have to surround our city and just play defense like that one guy in the Instagram post said. Why don't, like, all the 4 other players just surround Steph Curry and stop any other team from, like, preventing him to shoot? It's a fairly funny post, I'm not gonna lie. We'll also go do damage to that crossbowman. And, yeah, they're out of melee units, it seems. Let's hit next turn, see what happens over here. That warrior's gotten into melee range. That's quite fortunate for me. That seems like a nice suicide attempt by that guy. There are much more appropriate ways for you to do that. I should probably get an alliance. Tarja here, we'll get that nice military alliance. You love to see it. Should have probably made friends with Harold while I had the chance. Now that with that 5 extra combat strength, that should be more than enough for me to deal with. Let's go ahead and wipe you out first. And then you will get attacked. And then you will get attacked, and then you will get attacked, and then you will get attacked, and just like that, my cities are saved. And militarily, I'm not doing too bad for myself either. Oh, never mind. Wasn't expecting that vampire to be back so soon. Let's hope I can actually kill it. It says attack ineffective, even though I was fairly effective from my point of view. I guess we'll agree to disagree, of course. Next up, let's see how many war criminal trials I can get my generals put on. It's going to be more than one, that's for sure. We'll do that, we'll get the lumber mills, and just like that, I've so far somehow been able to defend successfully without losing a single city. I did have to trade away like 90% of my economic output in order to do it, but it still is a win's a win, hey? Alright, now with my city health at 0, I have to be very, very careful here. First up, the easy one. Take this guy out. After that, the next best maneuver is to make sure that this guy doesn't become alive, ever. And then after that, I think going ahead and trying to do damage to this crossbowman seems to be the optimal play. Then after we got construction, we're going to get the Royal Navy dockyards, and then from there, it's just going to be a beeline towards industrialization. Then from there, chemistry, rocketry, all that good stuff. There it is. They didn't even bother attacking that archer, masterfully baited towards them. Let's go ahead and get the Great Merchant here, who's going to give me a free luxury resource. Well, that's fantastic. Seems there's only the ones I could get the silver, I suppose. Maybe do addition up north. Leicester here should be fine, especially if I move that way. They seem to have started their production on mass ballistas, unfortunately. That's not going to be too good for us. Good news, they have a fully healed vampire. This is actually not looking the best for me right now. Perhaps if I deal with the siege weaponry quickly, I should be fine. I know I can promote, except for the fact that if I promote, then I'm just immediately fucked from the start. Don't really know if that's the brightest idea. Go back to London. This guy's gonna have to come down south as well. Envoy-wise, I could try getting Johannesburg in on the war. I think that would ease up on my eastern flank a little bit. The only problem is just the fact that this vampire right here is looking like he is getting ready to tear me a new one. We'll do some damage here. That was actually all. There's a gentle eruption as well as feudalism. I'll probably need Ago Gay, all things considered, or feudal contract. I really don't want to do that. Maybe. There we are. Huge. We're getting now archers in one turn. Getting another envoy is never a bad idea. Now, who do I attack? I think probably either the knight or the crossbow is a close second. It might not have been the smartest idea now that I think about it. Going to probably have to go ahead. Yeah, none of this. Finally found some silver in our expedition. That's going to give us another envoy. Bristol is still hanging on by a thread as they retreat the knight, which probably doesn't matter, all things considered, considering how weak this city is. I'll try giving that to me. I really don't know what that does, but hey, it seems decent enough. There's cartography. Now, we can't necessarily one-shot this guy, which is exactly what I was planning. Probably try baiting this guy, honestly, is our best bet. Not as if we can do much in the city of Bristol. We have done so much damage, and yet she just keeps coming for some reason. Alright, it seems that the AI is a little broken as of right now. Maybe they didn't think they could take the city of Bristol. Well, the good news is that the ballista bomb shouldn't be a problem anymore. That's good. We're on a dark age, of course. That doesn't make things better, nor is pillaging the countryside. But we have been able to deal with one of our greatest threats. And with that ballista gun, I think I can finally go. There's our first great scientist of the game. We'll go ahead and pop him, giving me 3 free Eurekas. That's pretty nice. What isn't nice, though, is just the fact that there is another vampire thinking he can have what I rightfully own. We'll go ahead and do some damage to him, even though he could probably kill me in the next turn. No, he decided against that. I guess he isn't the meanest vampire in the world. Elizabeth right now is in shambles militarily. I am shocked that Katarsia hasn't really been able to do much against her now that I think about it. Military situation secured, boys. And with that, the Petra coming in the next couple turns is just icing on top. And I completely forgot that Leicester looked like it was about to rebel, which is quite unfortunate. Can't necessarily... I could get an envoy to Nazca, but I could probably get a Golden Age by Jill. We'll go by the Quadrime, and then with the Petra next turn, that should be an assured Golden Age for the most part, as I can finally give some promotions to these archers. Best units in the game, by the way. There's the Petra, turning Bristol into an absolute monstrous boy of a city, no doubt. We could get that +2 if we trade some of the spices away. That's huge, giving me another campus. Just like that, we're looking like we're going... There's mercenaries, and there is also our Golden Age. I'll do that instead of feudal contract for right now. Harold's in a Golden Age. I'm not going to try to fight him for the city... Excuse me, I had the hiccups there for a second, but I'm not going to fight him for the city of Leicester. I genuinely don't care at this point. Now, Elizabeth, can we please make... Yeah, you absolute fucking bit. New piece of acid seems is exactly what I'm getting, even though I completely was oblivious to the fact that that horseman is about to get double-fisted in the near future. See how that looks. Seems they've decided against that double-fisting. They've been reformed. Found God or something, because I was heavily expecting them to just stick it up there, no doubt. Whatever the case may be, let's go ahead and get that aqueduct up there. You love to see it. We'll get that library in that city, and then a library in that city, and just like that, we're looking at 96 science per turn, despite the fact I've had to deal with this absolutely disgusting war. I don't really care about Leicester enough. I mean, we lose some cotton, we lose some horses, but I've already had enough of war. I could levy Brussels as military, but I think now is the time for me to really, really get started. Let's get science. We'll go to the city of Shanghai, continue trading with him. Here now we will, of course, get the royal. Now go ahead and get a man-at-arms to increase my defensive potential, which is fairly nice, considering there are vampires still out there running around killing shit. Leicester now is a Norwegian city, which is fantastic, I guess, but... Oh, England's kind of pissing me off. I'm still a 108 science per turn. Like, this game has been an absolute masterclass in that, I guess, as, oh, hey, more military units. That is exactly what I like to see. Well, it seems all of my archers have been dealt with. Wasn't expecting that warrior monk to have 8 combat strength, considering I never used them. Or 3 movement speed, excuse me. Here now, I think the next best thing is probably to just... We can attack this guy, actually. He won't be doing too much now, and you look fine for the most part. You will go ahead and get yourself another one of these guys and hopefully chop him out. And you here are hopefully going to chop out this guy as quick as we can. I don't think they'll be able to take the city. In fact, they have decided to just evade for the most part, trying to do as much damage economically. She is at 58 science per turn, so she is definitely stagnant for the most part, which is fine by me, honestly. Gonna have to continue beefing up the military, though, and then maybe in the future we could go for, like... There's a tornado outbreak right in the middle of my territory. You'll love to see it, it seems. We can do damage to this guy, though. And you are fine if you go for a promotion. You will back out, and then you... Now here, they really can't do much except give me free promotions, which I will happily take. And then here I'll get myself another farm, as I am now getting another pikeman. There's industrialization, which is fantastic for me if I could ever get the time to actually begin industrialization instead of having to fight a never-ending war. Beggars can't be choosers, I suppose, but here you will stay fortified. You're fine over there, you're fine over there, you're fine attacking him, you're fine almost wiping him out. If the knight tries anything, I got the pikeman. Listen, England, this is just so goddamn stupid. Can you just make peace? My god, I will pay you to go away. Fuck me, finally. Like, I spent literally hundreds of Hey, would you look at that? I don't even have a fucking place to put the... I can't even speak right now. I am fuming. I am furious. Right now, I just want to take a pickle and just shove it up my urethra, honestly. Just start r/sounding that shit. Got a Royal Navy dockyard in that city, as now I'm trying to get proselytized by the Herald Hardradians, which is quite unfortunate. At the very least, I will be able to repair this damaged countryside caused by the British, who got absolutely nothing from it except a damaged countryside in return. There's a final civilization, as if my life hasn't been any harder this game, Shaka Zulu. Here now, I think we just go ahead and probably finish the Ancestral Hall. It'll only take 1 turn. You can see the production beginning here with 20% extra thanks to our unique abilities. I could get started on the Ruhr Valley, and I think that's probably what I'm going to do as of right now. Here we'll get workshops everywhere, and then we'll probably need builders, as we can now also go Merchant Republic, which is good, giving us conscription. And then I will also go Merchant. And with Shaka, I've made an alliance with everybody except for Queen Elizabeth. We'll give them a cultural alliance, of course. And then, yeah, for the most part, this game has already been fed, bedwetted, finished. Like, the game is essentially over. I'm making #1 in science, and I'm not even gonna... Hey, you want to fucking square up again, bitch? I'll knock you the fuck out. Call me Mike Tyson. I can also buy some beautiful luxuries, so I'll take that, and then we trade some of this away, come back, get ourselves a builder for 500 gold, get a factory. As the more production buildings we get, the more production we get in general. It's looking good. And yeah, this inner 3 cities, as well as Manchester, are looking nice and thick. 17 science, 40 science. The city's looking so good now that I think about it. All our cities are looking good, as we can probably get a golden age soon. I know getting a boat will give us some era scores, so maybe that's good. Hey, we might get the golden age after all, as there is the Ruhr Valley, giving me a massive amount of production. Now the city of London without powers looking like a nice 80 production per turn. You'll love to see it. We'll build the coal power plant afterwards, and then just work on getting it powered up. Get all the necessary abilities, and then from there I think it should be over. I just completely do not want to deal with this slinger. I mean, it's a goddamn slinger. I thought someone would have taken care of him by now. There's the Industrial Era Golden Age. It seems Shaka's all the way up here. He hasn't researched research labs yet, meaning I probably have to get there before he does. Of course, another military alliance with Katarsia. We'll be able to get vision in this one, I think. Then like that, I think going for Heartbeat of Steam seems to be the optimal play, and then from there in London, I will go ahead and get a commercial. I'll do the same thing in this city that can build everything in 4 turns. You stay fortified. The trading screen right now seems nice, and then we'll get some niter finally, and just like that, we're in prime position to take this game. Even Gazargamu looks like it's about to rebel, even with the governor inside of it. Go fuck yourself, Victoria. And then with that +5 industrial zone, the southern cities are looking like industrial juggernauts at this point. And honestly, I don't see in any way we lose this game. Unless it's like a religious victory or something, even though England is strong, Harold is strong religiously, and like he's probably the only one who'd have a chance at this point. Let's get ourselves a market, and then here we'll go ahead and London is making 133 production per turn. My goodness, I have never seen such a large, tenacious amount of production. I mean, I can assure you that this right here is textbook Civ 6 production leveling right now. If this is an MMO, I'd be level 100 getting ready to fight the level boss. This is disgusting. Holy crap, I could build everything. I have nothing else to build. There's nothing else for me to teach you, my god. Maybe get like an intelligence agency or something's about the only thing I can try. Here's Dimitri. Just like that, we even more boosts and stuff like that. This guy here, trade routes, gain 0.5 gold for, that's just a lot. That's a lot. That's more gold. That's money. Who doesn't like money? Envoys, we can get, I don't even have 6 envoys in like Brussels. Yeah, that's going to be even more production. And then with that, looking at London, 159 production in that city. Wait a minute. I keep forgetting that if I could get an encampment, I get like a massive bonus towards building spaceship parts by the time I get that civic, although our culture game probably has to be taken up a notch. And with all these trade routes to China right now, we're looking at 192 and we're beginning to run away with it. This is going to be absolutely critical right here. 3 culture for every workshop building. I am going to be livid if I have less than 100 culture by the time I'm finished with this. We'll get a factory in there, market in there. If I had to do the math right now, I would say we have 10 cities times 3 is 30, should be 100. We only get 10 for some reason. Well, it seems I don't know how Civ 6 culture Leonardo da Vinci works, unfortunately. This is going to be huge. Gilded Vaults generates culture equal to its gold adjacency bonus. With all my cities making about 300 or 400 gold per turn, or science per turn, the only thing we're missing right now is culture, and getting a large culture amount, giving us probably at this point democracy considering our international trade routes, then making the beeline for space race for integrated space cell is going to be. With indoctrination, we now get an extra wildcard policy slot, allowing me to go liberalism for every city, which I probably need. Play serfdom with rationalism, of course, especially considering London right now is struggling to stay happy. I have no idea what's afflicted the youth in these days in London, but whatever it is, it can't be good considering everyone seems depressed for some reason. I mean, I don't know, like they lost Liz Truss, I don't know what much else they want as we get the Big Ben as well as the Taj Mahal over there. And with that, we get another economic policy slot, this time giving housing in every city, and honestly at this point I think it's just probably get 140. What do you mean 100? Is that 50% modifier? I'm getting 50% modifier because how many buildings do I have? Industrial buildings do I have now that I... 1, 2, 3. It's only 3. I don't know why we're getting 50%. Probably getting like 20% from like some other... Yeah, it's looking good for us. And then you finish the probably factory at this point. It's 10% in that city. Oh, it's because we have Ruhr Valley, I think. Yeah, Ruhr Valley, a 50% boost in production is actually insane. Even this city, I can build like Chichen Itza in 6 turns. I can build the Oxford University in 2 turns. It's just a broken game at this point. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to call it right there. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys want me to continue this save. Although in my opinion, I think it's just like pointless at this point. We're already #1 in science. With research labs, by the time we're going to just go ahead and blitz through the rest of the game. When it comes to building spaceship parts, considering London right now is sticking at 170 despite the 10% debuff. We should be at almost 200 production right now. This is just actually insane. Then with the great scientist as well as with the encampment, I'm fairly certain we can get 500 to 600 production on building spaceship parts. So as always, if you do enjoy, leave a like and subscribe to not miss out on future content. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.